At the end of this video, you will be able to understand how Canvas defines assignments, identify best practices for assessment design, create an assignment with various student submission types, and change assignment settings such as submission attempts, group assignment, peer review, and accommodations. In this video, we will explain how assignments are defined in Canvas and show you how to create one. In Canvas, assignments refers to everything that's graded, namely all graded assessments. This includes quizzes, graded discussions, assignments with online submissions like PDF essays, and assignments without submissions such as participation grades. There are separate tools for quizzes and discussions where any quizzes and discussions you create will live. However, if they are graded, they will also be listed in the assignment tool in the Canvas site. To begin creating assignments in your course site, you will click into the assignment tool in your course navigation. Here's where all assignments are located, which really means all graded assessments. And all items on this page will show up in the gradebook. We haven't created any assignments yet, so the page is empty now. To create a new assignment, click on the plus assignment button in the upper right corner. Now, we are on the editing page of this assignment. On the top right, you can see this assignment is not published yet, and you could click on the button with 3 dots to delete it. At the top, there is an input box, and we can give the assignment a name here. I'm going to call it paper number 1. Going down, we come to the Rich Content Editor, also called the RCE, where we can write out the assignment description. As introduced in video 4, Making a Homepage, in the RCE you can do text formatting, insert links, and add multimedia. You might also want to attach a file as an example or additional instructions when creating the assignment. Please note that the only way to attach a file to an assignment description is to upload the file from the RCE. Following the best practices for creating effective and inclusive assessments, we want to write good assignment instructions to make it clear and sensible to students, such as clarifying learning objectives, requirements, and other important information. For the sake of time, I'm just going to type in some short sentences here. Please also remember to use the accessibility checker in the RCE to avoid common accessibility mistakes in your assignment description. Going down, we can change detailed settings for this assignment. The points box allows you to give this assignment a point value. I'll give it 100 points. You can also put it into an assignment group. We'll talk about the assignment groups later in video 9, Discussions and Assignment Groups. You can choose to display the grade as different formats, including percentage, complete or incomplete, points, letters, GPA scale, or not graded. You can also choose not to include it in the final grade if it is only for practice or formative feedback. Next, there are several submission types that you can choose from. They fall into 4 categories: online submissions, no submission, on paper, or submissions that come from external tools. If you want to grade in-class presentations, something handed in on paper, participation during in-class discussions, attendance, etc., you will need to create an assignment that has no submission or is on paper so that there will be a column in the gradebook for it. For online submission, we have a few online entry options here, including text entry, website URL, and media recordings. One online entry type that may be new to you is the student annotation. This allows you to specify a file, and each student gets an annotation platform in which to annotate following your instructions. According to the principles of Universal Design for Learning, or UDL, it's good practice to provide your students with multiple ways to express their learning. Therefore, you're encouraged to select multiple online entry options for one assignment so that students have flexible ways to demonstrate their mastery, which is beneficial for maximizing their learning. The last submission type is called External Tools. With this submission type, you will first need to click Find to see what external tools are available to create assignment submissions. Some that may look familiar are Gradescope, MATLAB, Office 365 Assignments, Hypothesis, or PlayPosit. You also have the option to launch the external tool in a new tab instead of inside Canvas. If you choose one of these, you will later need to click on the assignment in the assignments list to specify and configure it in the external tool. For now, let's go back to online submissions and choose File Upload. Please note that you can specify the type of file that needs to be uploaded here. The next option is Submission Attempts. You can allow limited attempts and set a number of attempts, or allow unlimited attempts for your students. There's also an option of creating a group assignment. If you don't have a group set created in the People tool, you won't see the group assignments option. We show you how to create groups in Video 6, Exploring Common Course Tools. I do have a set of lab groups set up on this site, so I can choose the group assignment option. You can choose to assign grades to each student individually, even if it is a group submission. Otherwise, you grade the submission from one student in a group, and all students in the group get the same grade. Another option you have is to use peer reviews. You can assign who reviews whom manually, or you can let Canvas do it automatically. If you let Canvas assign the peer reviews, you have to tell it how many reviews each student must do, and you also specify a date for those peer review assignments to be distributed. The default for this is the due date of the assignment itself. You can also specify whether the reviews should be anonymous. You as the instructor and your TAs will still be able to see the names of the students. Please note that these reviews are private to the student being reviewed and are not visible to the rest of the students. The next option you have for assignments is moderated grading, which allows for up to 10 different graders but requires you to choose someone to decide the final grade. This can be useful if you have TAs or multiple instructors in a course and want to review grades before they are finalized. You can also check an option so that graders can view each other's comments. Canvas also has the option of anonymous grading. You can click the checkbox so that graders cannot view student names or each other's names when grading. The last setting is Assign. This is where you can set due dates as well as dates when the assignment is available from or until. Here you can also make accommodations for specific students. By default, Canvas assigns the assignment to everyone, but you can also assign it to specific sections if you have those in your course. We explain sections in Video 3, Exploring Default Course Settings. If you want to add accommodations, click the Add button below. Here, in the new Assign To box, you can select individual students. Then, by choosing the due date, you can add an extension for specific students if needed. Note that when a new Assign To box is added, the first Assign To box turns to everyone else, and this means the newly added Assign To box will override previous boxes. Finally, please remember to click Save or Save and Publish. After clicking one of those options, we can see the assignment summary page showing that it's published with important information and due dates.